Hello and welcome back, everyone, to Just the Tip, the show where we raw dog any and all topics as suggested by you, our audience.
Like we were a fucking dude in a nativity scene in Florida raw dogging.
Yes. I still feel so bad for that dog.
And the nativity scene, Jesus Christ. See what I did there?
I see what you did there.
Oh, why?
I like what you did there.
All right.
Anyway, I'm Dum Dum number one.
And I am King Dum Dum, number uno.
Well, we can't be both number one.
Well, I'm the Spanish version.
Numero uno.
Oh, no.
Shit. I'm trying to remember some Spanish from high school. I was going to call you King Dum Dum in Spanish, but...
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Who else did not do well in high school Spanish? Let us know in the comments.
Yo tengo rojo madre. I have a red mother.
That makes no sense, but okay.
That's all I retained.
You know what I retained? Yo quiero Taco Bell. I used to have that little chihuahua that they gave out.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Same.
That thing was so much fun. I think, what was it, 4 of them in total that said different things.
Did you elf on the shelf them motherfuckers? Like, you just randomly post them places and like...
No, that wasn't
the Chiquito, Taco Bell, dog, fucking...
No, I didn't get all 4 of them. I got like 3 of them.
If you didn't eat Taco Bell once a week.
I can't remember.
We should make that a thing, like go back in time or find these stuffed little chihuahuas from Taco Bell and make them the 365 version of the Elf on the Shelf.
You know what?
Just randomly posted wherever.
You know what? After Christmas, we do need something else on the shelf.
Yeah. Or we can reenact a nativity scene with an elf on the shelf and the dog.
I'd rather not. I'd rather not reenact that.
Come on, it's stuffed animals.
I'll be one of the 3 wise men that's standing on the side.
In the circle jerk of the nativity scene.
I mean, would you rather be raw dogging a dog or in a circle jerk?
Is that on the BuzzFeed?
That's an interesting question. Florida, once again, proving why it is the greatest state in the... Actually, I do really like it. Not so much the hurricanes or the raw dogging dogs, but, you know.
That hair. Look at them locks getting long, baby.
Oh, yeah. You know, I had to wear a wig for my Johnny Bravo costume. You could probably just do it.
I probably could.
Yeah.
I am thinning out a little bit, fighting the aging process, but hey.
Hey, I'll get you big again. You know why?
Whoa.
You know why?
Why?
Because I have a personal training company, Limit Breaker Fitness. Go check it out, YouTube and Instagram.
Limit Breaker, it's over 9,000.
It's over 9,000!
Dude, you should get a free, like, fucking scouter when you join his club.
I am thinking about doing some giveaways soon, so head on over to the channel there and give me a follow and a subscribe and a notification bell and a comment. Alright, I'm done shameless plugging. Let's get into our things today. So, personally, I really love a guy by the name of Henry Cavill.
Whoa.
No homo, but...
Just a little bit.
Okay, a little bit. Kind of wish I looked like him.
Who's a stud?
Hey, life would be easier if I looked like that. And unfortunately, he's been jerked around. That's right, guys. He is out. Who was
jerked around more, him or the fans?
You know,
I'm gonna say the fans, but yeah.
I'm gonna say the fans in terms of the entire DC franchise, because they're constantly doing stuff that's all over the place.
Yep.
And that's the one thing that Marvel will always have over them, is that while now the Marvel Cinematic Universe is getting a little excessive, we'll say, they were actually trying to feed into one another and have a plan, rather than throwing everything against the wall and seeing what stuck.
That has been the formula even before the movies. I think DC's movies, in terms of their animated ones, are more, I don't know, closer to the source material, the canon. They're very fucking accurate.
The thing with the DC animated movies, like, it comes down to one thing. The writers and animators for those, they care.
Yeah.
It's not just a big Hollywood money grab.
Well,
like,
it's also probably easier to fund, like putting ink on a paper and then, like, making the cartoon versions of what you see in the comic books, but the adaptations are a lot closer.
Well, yeah, but you also think that with all the money they pour into these big Hollywood blockbusters, they'd be willing to spend a little extra on a writer who understands story structure.
I don't know that they care to. I think they really want this. I think they want to take these characters and give them their own creative spin on them. With Cavill, though, Gunn taking that over, it could be a good thing, but I don't care to watch anymore. I have still yet to watch the new Batman. And
oh yeah, still.
Yeah, but my thing with that is they did the same shit in the comic books. So it's like DC is not. I mean, they're creatures of habit. In the comic books, they did so many fucking reboots. Okay, this isn't working. We're gonna reboot. Okay, this isn't working. We're gonna reboot. Okay, this isn't. Like, even in the past 10 years, they've rebooted several times. When they did the New 52, there was some good stuff in there, and some of it was pretty fucking whack.
I didn't even read those.
Yeah, there were some good runs in there. I fucked with them. Then again, there were some that weren't good. I think that where they fucked up there is they knee-jerk reaction. They would swap writers. A writer would do a story for a couple issues, and then somebody else would pick it up. And that's you're not going to get any continuity doing that. But
okay, so they didn't they didn't stick with an idea all the way.
Right. No, it's constantly switching writers out, putting stuff out there and hoping that it sticks, like you said before. Like, characters that really just, like, I could see, like, trying to put a character out there and try to see what you could do with it. Like, for instance, in the New 52, they revamped Lobo. They took Lobo, who was probably one of the coolest fucking characters in all of DC.
I loved him in the animated the Justice League.
Like, and that's what he is in the books. That was what he was in the books.
Just chaos.
Yeah, but it was a little. That's actually toned down on the Justice League cartoon. But in the books, that is who he is, and it's fucking balls to the walls. Like, it's some of his comics and his miniseries were just fucking stupid, ridiculous, but they were entertaining. And then they redid him in the New 52, and it was They probably should have just took the story they gave that Lobo and created another character with it. Just fresh, didn't call him Lobo, because it wasn't a bad story, but you just took Lobo.
You took away his prime characteristics.
Right, yeah, you took away Lobo and put some dude in there and called him Lobo. Like, the story itself wasn't bad, but the fact that you said, this is Lobo now? No fucking way. But then again, they back to what I'm saying, they took the New 52 and then rebooted. And then, like, the New 52 was a reboot of something else. So rather than trying to see it through, stick it through, keep the same fucking writers for the same fucking projects.
Oh, we messed up. Let's start over.
Right. And that is a quick way to get people to stop buying your shit. Because if you're that erratic and that inconsistent, like, what am I funding? Yeah. What am I consuming? I'm not consuming anything that I want to fucking, if you're all over the place, and that's going to put me all over the place, and I just don't fucking care anymore. So that's...
a good story makes you care about the characters. Like, they're fictional characters, right. But a good, well-structured story makes you care and relate to them. And if they're just constantly going all over the place, you can't relate to a character like that when it's not the same character anymore, even if it has the same name.
Right.
But
they did the same shit with the movies, and it's just like, okay, like, all right, we're gonna do this now. We're gonna do this. We have this many versions of Batman. We're gonna do this over on CW. We're gonna do this. We're gonna reboot. We're gonna do Batman again. We're gonna do Superman again.
Do you know what the worst Batman I've ever seen was?
What one?
Batman Ninja. It was terrible. Did you ever watch that? That's one of the animated films that...
I believe I did.
It was so bad. Like, all over the place. That was all over the place.
Was that the one with, like, the anime type art?
Yeah, they were trying to do, like, the anime type art, and it ended up looking terrible.
It was pretty cringe.
Yeah.
It was forgettable, and I'd forgotten the plot. That's how forgettable it was.
They go back in time, and then the villains end up becoming, like, shoguns of different areas. and then somehow they build like Gundams or Megazords, and they start fighting at the end. And then there's some samurai or ninja that are like, we're waiting for the bat. But it's like the bat had to be there because he was sent back in time, but that makes no sense because there was nothing there that would have... It didn't make any sense, and the visuals were terrible. So don't watch Batman Ninja.
What they were trying to do, they were taking a... If I remember correctly, they're trying to, like... Cause, like Japanese culture style comic books and animes were killing it, and they are still better, more so than fucking American mainstream ones. Mm-hmm. And I think they were trying to adapt that style and, like, you know, keep themselves relevant by say we can do this too, and it did not fucking work.
Yeah, but the thing here's the difference between like anime. Like, let's take like one of my favorites is One Piece. I like the idea of having multiverses and whatnot like DC and Marvel do, and being able to take the characters in different directions sometimes with the story, as long as you keep it the same character. But with like something like One Piece, is you have the author, it's the same author throughout the entirety of the run. They know what they want to do. They actually care,
and they remember what they did before, so that they don't fucking step on their own toes.
Yeah, they create a world, like, and it's not just anime. It's like any of the best franchises. They create a world, they explore the lore, and they follow the rules that they set in within their own universe. Now, there's going to be a plot hole here too, no matter what. Every story is going to have a plot hole. Like, you can't remember absolutely everything. But it just seems to me like those authors care because it's their character that they came up with. It's all original. And part of the challenge with that is getting the audience to care about your story and characters. And that's something that I feel like a lot of American comics and shows just kind of are scared of doing.
Right.
They don't, like, they're scared. It's, oh wait, this isn't going to make any money if people don't know these characters. But if you take the time and do it, and that's the difference between like the Japanese anime.
Yeah, they're consistent.
Yeah, like you can tell like they care about the story and the characters when they're doing it.
I think that's another thing that's killing mainstream comic books and movies is if your greatest consistency is your inconsistencies, you're going to lose money. And that's showing like in their movies and their comics. And again, like back to the James Gunn, Henry Cavill thing. James Gunn might actually turn this ship around. It remains yet to be seen.
He deserves a chance.
But with me, it's too little too late. I don't want to partake in this. Like it took you far too long to do this. It's kind of like, you know, like you're dating somebody and, I'm going to change. I'm going to change for the better. I'm going to change for the better. But it's a constant change and it's never for the better. And then like it's just
you're not you anymore.
Right. And no, he might just kill it. But if we're going by his track history, you go to Guardians of the Galaxy, and I read like a lot of Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity War, Infinity Crusade, Guardians of the Galaxy comic books. These characters are not the fucking characters you read. Like Drax is definitely not Drax.
See, I never liked the Guardians of the Galaxy overall. Like they were probably like the second one definitely. That's like my least favorite one of my least favorite Marvel movies. I thought the first one was pretty good.
Yeah.
Up until the end, and it's like, how are we gonna ever win this fight? I know, the power of friendship. Like they could have explored Star-Lord being half what's his dad called?
Ego.
Yeah, but like what's his species?
He's a Celestial.
The Celestial, yeah. They could have explored that in the first movie and left that as the cliffhanger. And, you know, like that's the reason why he was able to hold the Infinity Stone. There you go.
I will say that James Gunn made the Guardians movies fun and entertaining.
They were fun.
They're not what they were in the comic books. So now, like, here's the kicker. If he comes in there with that same approach with DC and says, okay, this is my Batman, this is my Superman, it's going to be a fucking shit show. Mm-hmm. It's going to be terrible. You take American pop culture and two of its biggest fucking
Superman and
characters,
Batman.
and if you fucking do one thing wrong, like everybody lost their shit when Henry Cavill snapped Zod's neck in the movie. Well, do you not remember when Christopher Reeve threw Zod and his homies into the fucking little catacombs or the abyss of the Fortress of Solitude? Like, I'm pretty sure they died.
See,
they didn't really unwrap that much, but
well, I had no problem with that because it's like in the comic book, Superman's like the Boy Scout they call him. He never hurt anyone, but they want to bring a sense of realism to the movies, and I don't mind that. Like he ended up killing Zod. Like I liked Man of Steel overall. I thought the visuals were great. Right. If we ever have a Dragon Ball Z live action again, that's kind of how I would want the visuals to be. Like I feel like that'd be like the best way of doing them.
Yeah.
But it gives him more depth as a character without changing who he is. And then the whole Zod turning into Doomsday thing, I was
that was terrible.
Like, come on.
But you also got to think too, like not just the hijacking of these characters. If he goes in there and takes that approach that he took with Guardians, he's going to make it his own. He did that with Peacemaker as well. That's not the Peacemaker you read in the comic book. Like John Cena actually was going to read these, and Gunn was like, "Don't read them," because he didn't want a point of reference. He didn't want to go, okay, this is what he does here, so I'm going to act like this here. He wanted him to do, and it might have been for the better because, like, Peacemaker was entertaining.
He basically, I haven't watched it, but would you say that he basically let John Cena just kind of be John Cena? That he did
to a degree, yes, but no.
Like he didn't constrain him to like you have to be like this.
No,
like,
he was John Cena on the surface, and kind of like he had that John Cena swagger, but it was I think that's what I'm trying to get at. Why the character was the character, and James Gunn's spin on him was different. But you can't unsee John Cena in a role. Like, it's John Cena. It is what it is. Yeah. It's like The Rock. The Rock is The Rock. But
that's why I don't want Tom Holland. Like, I saw this thing that it was a Ben 10. Tom Holland is Ben 10.
Oh boy.
And I can't see him as anything other than Spider-Man. Like, I haven't watched any of his other movies because it's just like, well, if he can't thwip, I feel like I'm losing something, Yeah,
and that's why a lot of characters abandon roles like that, because they're never seen as anything else. But
I wouldn't mind it personally if I'm the star of like a Spider-Man franchise, like I would love it. It's like you have you're gonna make bank, you're gonna have a fun time,
right?
And eventually you will get tired of doing it, and then they'll go with a reboot. But I think of the 3 Spider-Men, Andrew Garfield's the best actor.
I think he's the best Spider-Man. Period. Best Peter Parker. Period.
Well,
across the board, Andrew Garfield was the best on-screen motherfucker to play both roles. My opinion, and I can back that opinion.
I can see why you'd say that, but I'm just saying but that's because I think of the 3 of them, he's the best actor. Like, I've seen him in other films, and I don't think about him as Spider-Man.
Right, he could step out and do other roles.
Yeah, whereas Holland and Tobey, have you ever watched Brothers with Tobey Maguire and Jake Gyllenhaal?
No.
So, quick recap is Tobey's in the military, and he thinks his family thinks that he's dead, and Jake Gyllenhaal's his brother, and he ends up getting close with Tobey's wife. They don't sleep together, they just become more better friends. He helps take care of his nieces and nephews, and then Tobey ends up coming back because he watched people get executed in front of him.
Right.
It's he's dealing with PTSD, and he thinks that his wife's cheating on him with his brother, and the whole it wasn't an amazing the plot sounds like it could it's got some real merit, but I could never see Tobey just as not Spider-Man. The whole time watching the movie,
yeah,
it was just I
think it was very popular too. So again, it's stuck in your mind. You can't unsee it. Here's another thing that could backfire with this. We could wrap this up after this possibly, unless you got something more to add to this. But here's another thing. You're putting these Flash and Aquaman 2 out, and they scrapped Wonder Woman 3, I do believe. But you got all these other movies still coming out, and now The Rock is out as Black Adam.
already after one movie.
Yeah. And then you had Cavill come back for the end appearance of that, which was like build up all this anticipation to fucking fall flat on your face.
So Gunn's just scrapping the whole universe.
Scrapping a whole. I guess they may, like, it's not off the table, but they were talking about maybe doing a Black Superman. That was still on the table.
Are you talking about like
the Ta-Nehisi Coates? Fucking idiot, dude.
Well, are you talking about a Black Superman as in an African American
I don't know if they're doing
Superman,
Val Zod,
or if they're...
No, I don't know if they're doing the Val Zod version, the Kryptonian version, or if they're going to make Clark Kent black or whatever.
Okay, yeah, because like that just seems very, very vague.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that hasn't been entirely scrapped. But here's the thing: you got these other two movies coming out, and your movies are already like Black Adam didn't do well.
It sounds like they're just so far in on production and everything. Like, their filming's probably already done for those movies. They're like, well, we might as well finish
They're taking out, I guess, Cavill and Wonder Woman made appearances in the Flash universe, or the Flash movie.
Now,
they're taking them out of it. This is what I heard.
What about the Ezra Miller whole situation? Was that...
They're done. This Flash thing is done.
Well, yeah, but is he the Flash in that movie? Like, did they film before?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's the thing, though. Knowing that these two movies are going to lead to nowhere.
I'll watch them on stream in like a year after they come out.
Right. Like, knowing they're going to lead to nowhere, that is going to fucking impact your box office hits.
Yeah.
Or your box office sales. It's like, you're like, okay, yeah, this is getting scrapped anyway. Why am I going to watch it?
Yeah. Like, I'll check it out on... HBO has all the Disney or DC stuff. I'll check it out a year after it comes out. Just, like, there's gonna be some night I'm like, well, I ain't got nothing else to do. Let me throw this on.
But a roundabout way, that's why I jumped out of collecting DC comics. Like, after the New 52 reboot, I'm just like, you guys have no idea what the fuck you're doing. I'm out. And that's what I did with Batman. And Batman is one of my favorite fucking characters. Like, you could look at Monty's right behind him. That whole case on the bottom is just filled with fucking Batman. Like, I'm getting like, I've got all kinds of shit there. And
right there.
Yeah, so like that whole big ass cabinet is all Batman. And like, you put out a movie and like at this point it's too little too late for me. I don't fucking care anymore.
See, one thing I'm hoping he does is that in this article it says that he's looking to take a
shit. He's gonna take a shit.
What was I gonna say? That he wants to go with a younger Superman.
Yeah.
And I hope that leads to a framework where this is kind of how Iron Man was, where they focused on this character, they focused on making a good movie that was very visually appealing, and then they expanded from there. So if he's scrapping the whole universe because he wants to do that, and he's not gonna do, hey, we're going to throw 7 other heroes in this right away.
Right.
Like, if he takes that approach, along with Warner Brothers and DC, then I think DC can finally get to the point where they're not going to compete with Marvel, because you don't have to compete. Like, people will watch both movies. They're not going to... Like, the hardcore fans are going to watch one or the other, but...
Right.
But if they take that slow approach...
I think this approach right here is really... Like, everybody was pissed off when Ben Affleck became Batman or whatever. Everybody, like, because of his role in Daredevil. But Daredevil was just shitty writing. I don't think Ben Affleck was a bad Daredevil. No,
I think, like, he was... Like, he's a good actor. I think he's won award...
Right.
It's like the top awards or something.
But the thing is, this fucking reset should have happened fucking 5-10 years ago. They should have did this shit from the get. There should have been consistency. Stop. We're going to go make a Joker movie over here. And then we're going to have a different Joker in a Suicide Squad movie. And then we're going to reboot Birds. We're going to put Birds of Prey. We're going to make Birds of Prey with characters who weren't even in Birds of Prey from the comic book. No, this shit should have happened if it had happened a long time ago, I think it stands a better chance. But this dude is getting fucking lambasted on Twitter for the handling of Cavill. Like, it's just pretty much like, hey, you're getting Superman back. Psych.
Well, the reason why people are hating on Gunn for it is because Cavill's one of those people that cares about the source material and wants to stick to it, which is what originally I did want to point out is on The Witcher, he stopped doing that, and they were claiming that he was harassing the female writers and director and whatnot. But every report that came out, the harassment that they were talking about, was him trying to do changes that were more accurate to the actual game. And they wanted to just do their own thing. And the fact that he cares so much about the source material is why people are so excited that he's doing Warhammer.
Yeah.
And so that's what's great about him is he's a fan of what he's working on. Like,
yeah.
That's what you need to find with all of the, like, you got to
somebody that gives a fuck about what they're doing.
Yeah.
And that's in any trade or any profession whatsoever. If you put your all into something, like whatever you put into life is what you're going to get back. And whether it's your job, your family, whatever it is, like that is what you invest in something.
Yeah, life doesn't work unless you do.
Right. And so with Cavill being that guy, kudos to him, because whatever he touches is going to be gold, because just on that alone, it's a principle for him, and that's what he operates with. Man, I mean, it sucks that he's not going to be Superman. I was still sad that Tom Welling never got the nod. Like, you watched the boy become the man for 10 years, and then like,
yeah, they could have done something.
Yeah. I think you could have put him on the big screen, because like you had a fan base for 10 years, and then throw him out there, and then you've established a whole Justice League at this point. You've established villains at this point.
I loved Green Arrow in that in that series. Justin Hartley did great.
Yeah, and he's now on that fucking tearjerker woman.
This Is Us.
This is sad. The music alone. Every time like I walk by or I hear it on, I'm like, man, I would have cried. Something's going on. I don't know what it is, but this is fucking sad, man.
Oh, my feelings. They hurt.
Well, there were. I've accidentally stumbled across a couple episodes of that.
It's a good show. It's just not my kind of.
Oh man, no man. If I really want to fucking be depressed, I'll watch it. But I don't want to be depressed, so I.
Yeah, it's like if I wanted to be depressed, I'd just listen to Juice WRLD all day. You haven't listened to Juice WRLD, have you?
I not by choice. Go there.
It's like I put up a snap the one day. And I just, like, because, like, Juice WRLD came on my Spotify, I'm like, I'm ready to have a great day. Spotify, here's some Juice WRLD. God damn it. Like, he was good, but, you know, constantly rapping about his own death and how much drugs he took, and people were surprised that he died because of drugs. It's like...
Shocker.
He literally has a song that talks about it doesn't matter how much Percocet I take. It's like... I think it does, because that's kind of...
Yeah, no.
Anyway, I don't want to speak ill of the dead. He was good, and apparently there's a lot of unreleased content from his estate that's going to be coming over the years, so...
I can't wait.
We'll at least hear his name. Probably won't hear him in the clubs, though.
No, I just... I don't know. There's... Good rap it's still out there. It's just getting... bogged down. They're pushed down the feed. I saw who was it? I forget who it was, but I saw this. He was saying that when he listens to good rap, he listens to it and says, "Oh, I can't do that." When he listens to like mumble rap and like the stuff that's just all auto-tune, he's like, "Yeah, I can do that." And that's kind of like the difference. Like, good rap, not everyone can do. Right. If you listen to it and think you can do it just as easily. I mean, we heard my song on here. It wasn't bad. Yeah, it wasn't bad.
It's not Eminem, you know? Yeah. It's not Jay-Z or anything like that. But
not like mumble rap, like the Eddie Vedder fucking... Yeah. Back to our Tourette's fits, and my old dog's going to come back from the grave. Like, what are you calling me? What's the next topic?
I mean, if you mumble enough times, Travis Scott might appear.
I didn't get that joke.
He's just all auto tune and like bunch of mumbling, and he's
Is
actually
he a country guy.
Travis Scott? No, he's one of the Kardashians' baby daddies. I don't know which one.
Oh, that fucking
yeah.
No wait,
the Astro World guy.
That's the. I don't know if it's a baby daddy. That he just slid in after Ye left, right?
No. That's Pete Davidson.
Oh, see, I don't even fuck with these people.
Everything I've learned.
I liked Kardashian when she was hot.
Well, everything I've learned about the Kardashians has been against my will.
Personally, like first season of Kardashian, I was like, wow, she's pretty freaking hot. And she had that little sex tape like leak or whatever. Like, but then after that, I was like, this is so fucking dumb.
You know, it's just ridiculous. And the Kardashians are the perfect example of what's wrong with the internet and why I refer to some people as ticktards. Feel free to use that term. Hashtag ticktard. Let's get canceled.
Wow.
I mean, come on. Am I wrong? You know what I hate?
I don't ingest. I don't indulge in any of that fucking shit.
Like I said, everything I've learned about like the Kardashians is against my will. Like I'll just be like, and it doesn't matter what I'm
even
looking
getting
for.
any type of fucking notoriety on this fucking channel is pissing me off right now. Next fucking topic.
Okay, I wanted to bash them.
No,
like
leave them fucking die on their own.
Look, all I'm saying is when Tristan started dating Chloe, LeBron stopped winning rings. You have to understand the NBA for that one.
I stopped watching the NBA years ago, too.
I'll explain that one later.
Lifelong Celtics fan. Done with that fucking shit show.
All right, so since
NFL,
we do want
to...
I was kind of hoping to be a bit of a hateful person today and kind of bash on some people.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Biden.
If that's actually really even Biden. But yeah, let's go. I think he's a fucking rubber.
Talk about a
transition. Or
transition.
some shit.
All right, so I got Twitter pulled up here, and we'll see how into the actual politics. But I want to talk about this tweet about this climate bill, whatever thing, and today I'm announcing the next tranche of security assistance to Ukraine. Oh, this is the other thing. We're going to talk about their climate bill. But so here he's talking about $1.85 billion that's going to be going to Ukraine. So you know what I want to do? I want to see what the comments say.
Change my name to Ukraine and hope that fucking money comes to me. Yeah, let's read the comments.
You know, I got to call a lawyer friend of mine and see if
like 1.8 billion.
You know what? Can I trademark the word Ukraine before they...
Right.
Do I still have to pay taxes if they gave it to me as assistance?
Right. They'll tax the shit out of it if it was coming to you. That's tax free. I guarantee it. They're getting that full 1.85 billion with a B.
Yeah. If I ever want that, I got to take the Al out of my last name.
Right.
So let's scroll through here. 1.85 billion to Ukraine. What does America have to say? I bet most Americans can't point to Ukraine on the map. I bet most Americans can't point to America on a map if you just turn it to the side.
What's a map?
America's on the left, right? It's like, that's not how maps work exactly.
The left or the right? All right, here we go. We got a shill. Buzz Jackson with, your point is... Motherfucker, you cool with sending everybody else's hard-earned money over there? We're going to be footing the bill on that, by the way. I don't know if anybody knows how that works, but when they give out free money,
taxpayers
even if
pay
it's to you, it's not free money, and that's what causes and drives the price of inflation and all of that other shit up.
Exactly.
What is Carissa saying over there?
Keep that military-industrial complex churning while people across the U.S. struggle financially and our country fails to meet the monetary or structural needs of thousands of people streaming across the border daily. 2 thumbs down.
Well, she's not wrong.
She's not wrong.
Taxpayers say no, but they keep fucking voting. Shut up. You're saying yes when you give these people, I don't care if it's a goddamn Republican or a goddamn Democrat, you are giving them consent to take your fucking earnings and spend them however the fuck they want. They are backed by corporate and lobbyists. They take your money and misallocate it everywhere else. It's your money, and your vote, your consent gives them the power to do what the fuck money's reading right now. Continue.
Little side note on the whole voting thing. I think we should go to single issue voting. A bill should never have anything in it other than one specific thing. If the bill needs to be more than a page and a half, 2 pages, it shouldn't need to be there. Yeah. I don't understand how you need 3,000-4,000 pages to say.
Well, that's how you slide all the backdoor deals in.
Well, that's what. Well, yeah. Like a bill should only be a couple of pages at most.
Yeah.
The average person should be able to understand the bill. You shouldn't have to go to law school to understand what Congress is trying to pass.
And by Congress, we mean corporations.
Tomato, tomato.
Right.
Tomato, potato.
Right. What else we got in these comments?
All right. Are you getting your usual 10% cut?
Boom, boom, big guy.
Let's see. It's good to see our president is an honest politician. Once bought, he stays bought. The Ukrainian oligarchs are getting what they paid for when they bribed him, through his son, and laundered our politicians' money. A lot to unpack in that one.
Well, I mean, that's been going on for a long fucking time. It's not exclusive to the Biden family. This shit's been going on forever, man. Like, we've been funding proxy wars and meddling in other people's elections for quite some fucking time.
That's been going on since human history.
Do you remember when, I mean, maybe, I'm sure you may have seen it, but like, Osama bin Laden was, I believe, Person of the Year or Time Magazine Person of the Year or something like, I don't remember what it was, but like,
oh, yeah.
How do they word it? He was
influential. I mean,
a freedom fighter against the Russians, basically. And like, he was celebrated until, you know, they had that little inside job that they would call 9/11, and then they blamed a bunch of brown people for that as the patsies. Yeah, like, this has been going on forever. Like, money funds wars, wars create money for the upper elite rich fucks, and manipulation of their resources are the reasons that they go over and fight these wars. It's not for freedom. What else we got?
So this is probably my favorite response to this tweet, coming in from Kurt Zindulka. Where's the $1.85 billion to rebuild Detroit? Because you can't have shit in Detroit. I saw this article one time. This guy went to step out of his house, but he couldn't because they stole his whole porch. Like, somebody was mad at him, so they just took down the porch while he was sleeping. Like, talk about petty.
Somebody sold that man oregano, and he thought it was weed.
Like, how petty do you have to be to go, you know what? I'm gonna take your Porsche. My Porsche? I don't have a Porsche. No, not your Porsche. Your porch.
Yeah. Have fun holding your stoop down now, idiot.
Yeah. Stoop kids afraid to leave the stoop.
1.5. Hey Arnold reference there.
Yeah.
1.85 to Detroit. Okay.
I mean,
we are neighboring the poorest zip code in the nation. Just saying. 16501, baby. What else we got?
You know, I do wonder how much it would actually cost to fix, like, the water problems in Flint. Because, like, I have a friend that lives out there, and he was telling me, like in some areas you can't even shower with the water because there's just so many contaminants in it.
Yeah.
And lucky for him, he's not in that bad. But kind of, like, she has a point. Like, when you have, like, literally people can't...
They have no interest in helping other people other than themselves. They will very, very abundantly promote virtuous distractions to keep you fucking going in other directions, but they have no interest in giving you $1.85 billion to help any of your fucking communities.
Here's something we overlooked a little earlier, but I think you'll really enjoy this. 46th President of the United States, husband to FLOTUS, proud dad and pop. As a father, I'm sure you find that. What
did his daughter's diary say again? Did you read any of those fucking...
No.
Oh.
I like to think happy thoughts.
Proud father probably smashed his daughter. Yeah. We're going to get pushed down the freaking YouTube feed for that one.
Use Your Own Money, Not Mine by Yankee. Oh, God. How many cringe could a cringe if a cringe could cringe? That was pretty cringe.
Excessive cringe.
Yeah.
I want to see some comments that actually back this shit. I
Well,
want to see somebody with a
there's
fucking
this
17
one.
pronouns in their shit, and then like 15 fucking different flags.
Well, I don't know if we're gonna get that ever since Elon took over.
Oh, we're getting,
That's
dude. I'm
been-
getting more porn bots than ever now that Elon took over. Like, I'm getting like, oh wow, who's friend requesting me on Twitter? I'm like, hey, someone's actually, because my Twitter is not huge for me.
Yeah.
I haven't really established any type of Twitter base. I do have a Twitter. I don't have a lot of following, but I'm like, shit, someone's following me. Maybe watch one of the videos. No, porn bot.
Well, I see one that says I approve and support this, and that's the first positive, I guess, or supportive comment I've seen.
All right, go to her link. Go to her actual page. We'll see how many. What do we got?
Adult film legend
Oh, dude,
Amber Lynn.
I'm disappointed. She approves and supports this.
To be fair, she's
Remind me never to want to spank one off to her.
I'll you know what? I'll develop a ad block or blocking software specifically to block porn stars that do not agree with your political beliefs.
No, I'm all about it. I'm all about being disagreed with, but tell me where I'm wrong. Prove me that I'm wrong.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
You can disagree with me. We can have a discussion, but like, show me where the fuck I'm wrong.
I'm gonna call some software friends of mine. I'm gonna start a tech company.
It looks like she's got some pretty good software.
I'm sure she's had.
See,
quite
I
a few
knew it. I fucking
hardware.
called it. She got goddamn flags in the banner, bro. Fucking called it. Does she have any pronouns?
No.
Wow, what a letdown.
You know what I find hilarious?
Fucking flags. Yeah.
She's on IMDb. Like,
She's on somebody's DB.
Oh. She's probably. She might have been with a DB or two. Like, athletes love porn stars. It's weird.
Yes,
like,
we do. No, I'm teasing. Go ahead. What do we got? Ukraine is one of the most scrolled through fucking thingies. You scrolled through what I was reading.
Oh, sorry. I'm just
It's all
looking.
good.
I'm looking
Ukraine
for positive.
is one of the most corrupt countries in Europe. No more money for Ukraine until there's an audit. You know what? It's all going to be fun and games until Russia turns their goddamn gas off. Seriously. If they really wanted the fuck, like, they wanted the Ukraine to do, they'd have it by now. They're like,
Yeah.
you didn't pay your gas bill. You're all going to fucking freeze.
That's why I think we need to open the pipeline and get less dependent on foreign energy and explore nuclear options.
Start nuclear options, yes.
Well, I'm just saying, like, we don't have the nuclear infrastructure, but so we got to open the pipeline and become self-sufficient.
Monty's all about laying that pipe, ladies. What else we got?
Yeah, that nuclear pipe.
Nuclear.
When you realize your taxes went to Twitter. Pretty kitty.
Yeah. How about that shit? Did you see Elon, all that shit that got leaked? How, like, the FBI was funding fucking Twitter.
Yeah, and then Elon said that
And then FBI
he's
was like
worried about his
conspiracy
life.
theorists.
Well, Elon said he's worried about his life, and I think it was a reporter. They were updating publicly his real-time flight records.
Yeah, stalking his ass.
Yeah, and then putting it out there for everyone. And then they tried to say that was anti-free speech, but it's illegal. Like, if it's a delayed like by a week or whatever, then it is legal. That is reporting, but doing it in real time.
You're stalking somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know how it used to be like it used to be like when somebody was stalking someone, they would have, they'd be going around following them and whatnot.
Right.
Like, social media's made it so much easier for creeps.
Oh yeah.
Like, you'll be like scrolling through on like Snapchat or whatever, and it'll come up with
you can
quick
hide that
response.
shit. You can hide that shit.
Well, it'll come up with quick responses like, "Hey, beautiful," like, and just like these little things, and it's like, at least like come on, at least make the creepers put some effort in, you know?
Well, I don't know, man.
Oh.
What else we got comment wise here?
Let's try to find a positive one. In a recession,
This is how it's done. A true world leader No quid pro quos. Thank you for supporting the Ukraine, President Biden. Go to this fucking idiot's page.
If I stand up and you stand up, all will stand up. If I sit down and you sit down, who would stand up?
You need to sit your ass down. Yeah, dude, he's shelling hard.
English players after their referee awarded a penalty to Nigeria for a foul near the center circle at the Kano National Stadium.
Oh wow, my tag's hanging out of my hat. No viewers told me. My tag. Boop, 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 boop. There we go.
This guy is depressing. Let's not give him any.
Yeah.
Yes, Joe, but butter is still $8.
Fucking A. I can't put that all on Joe though, because Cheeto Jesus.
We got to be
two
fair.
big stimulus bills that they're coming back, and you gave out free money. And
one thing though I did really like about Trump, and some people argue he didn't do anything for the economy. I will argue that I want a president that doesn't do anything for the economy. Let the free market guide.
Be actually free.
Yeah, guide itself without
restriction.
Because it's amazing that when humans have a problem, they figure out a way to fix it. It's kind of been how we've survived for hundreds of thousands of years. Just let the free market do its thing.
No, but they want their money.
Yeah.
You can't go making money without them getting fucking hands in it. Can't go fucking without them putting their dick in it. It's just how they operate.
Okay, so this guy says...
Wait. What is the one up there for? That's long and wordy. It sounds very virtuous from here.
I'm proud that my country is supporting other great countries like Ukraine fight the oppressive bullies from Russia. Send them all the help they need. We can even fund them more by including another tax option that is specific to that aspect. We can give more.
That man is a parrot and a very small birdcage. Next.
He has Baby Yoda as his profile pic.
And he doesn't even know he's
so
fucking
disrespectful.
He's shilling for the Empire. What was the one you were going to read now? Sorry.
I love this one. But we can't get our student loans forgiven. America should focus on the American people first.
You're not going to get them forgiven. They'll just fucking redirect that fucking money going somewhere else. Like, it's not going to be free.
Well, this is a tale of two. This is a tale of two things right here. America should focus on the American people first. I agree. You can't help someone else when you don't have a foundation built for yourself. Now,
I'd be like if I was behind 2 months on rent and I loaned you like one of my like $800. Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna pay my fucking shit off before I start giving you money. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, the student loan forgiveness thing, they had and I want to do a whole episode on this because it's very near and dear to my anger gland. It's such a load of bull. It's a Band-Aid for a wound that the Obama administration, in which President Biden was the vice president of, caused. It's like me stabbing you in the gut and then saying, here's a Band-Aid. That's basically what it is.
I would say that's probably more like a bazooka wound and coming over teabagging them like in the fucking video games and then putting a Snoopy Band-Aid on it.
But my point is they're trying to appease you and make it look like they're trying to solve a problem they caused with it. And we'll go through the numbers and everything. I want to do a whole episode on this student loan crap because it's dragging down the middle class. And I'm a believer that a strong middle class is the foundation for a strong economy. And then we can help other people when we have that put in.
Voluntary society, baby. Stop sending our money to other countries.
I agree with you. Although you have way too many emojis in your name.
Well,
can we fix the U.S. Or can we fix us as in United States first? Bravo! Viva Ukraine! Viva democracy!
Viva fucking idiot. Click on him.
Clown of the year.
All right, no, click on his.
One.
I want to see his actual Twitter. How many? Well, he's got the Viva shit, so he probably doesn't. Man, out here looking like Moses and shit. Actor. Oh wait. Yeah.
Actor, director, producer. Oh, he's got the rainbow in there. Of course he's. Charlie Adler. I've never heard of him.
Well, you got the Black Lives Matter too.
Yeah.
Fucking Santa looking ass fraud. Was it Red Guy Cow Chicken?
Big heads, Red Guy. Emmy winner. MODOK, Doctor Doom.
Oh, so he's a voiceover guy.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
That's...
Still, fuck you, Santa. No,
he's the real Santa.
That's one of those people that's sing for your supper, bitches. Like I'm gonna say what everybody else is saying, so I still get some fucking jobs out there. It's the people that aren't getting, they're hitting them in the pockets, so the ones who are going the other direction, like your Kyrie and your Ye or Kanye. Like, hey, we're just saying what everybody else isn't saying. Like, yeah, we're gonna drop you. We're not gonna. Oh boy, we got a good one.
Grandpa Joe, when are you gonna donate $1.825 billion to the scientists so we can get genetically engineered cat girls? Have you seen Taylor Swift in that cat movie? I didn't. You know why? Because it was creepy as hell from the trailers. It's Taylor Swift. She's kind of annoying. Like, I'd pipe her, but only because it's the quickest way to get famous. She'd write 3 albums about you.
Wow.
I'm just saying, the quickest way to get famous is to break Taylor Swift's heart.
Well, I'm not going to argue that.
Although, you know what Taylor Swift reminds me of? Plank from Ed, Edd and Eddy. She's even got the red drawn-on mouth and everything.
Oh my god! I actually like some of Taylor Swift's songs, but yes.
When 22 comes on, I'm jamming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but she's in that marching band that everybody else is in, and I'm just kind of like.
I can't believe people were spending tens of thousands of dollars.
Why the hell is Bret Hart trending?
Ticket. I don't know.
What did Bret Hart do?
America. For me. America. For me. Canada is a country where we still take care of the sick and the old, where we still have health care.
I don't know about now.
We got gun control. We don't shoot each other and kill each other on every street corner. Yeah.
If you had gun control.
Canada isn't riddled with racial prejudice and hatred. Across Canada, we all care for each other.
Wow. Brett was spitting some truth there, but the gun control one was... He's right, but he's wrong at the same time.
It's like we talked before. It's like
Armed society, polite society. If you knew that ability to get fired upon back was there, you probably wouldn't go start shooting people.
Yeah, like I don't want any Tom, Dick, and Harry to be able to go grab an assault rifle without first making sure they're of age and they know how to use it.
Right.
Because I feel like gun safety results in a lot less gun crime.
It's like just knowing that somebody else has it is a huge deterrent.
Yeah, that has it and knows how to use
it.
But
I don't understand why he's fucking latest. Go to latest. Like, why are people talking? Why is he trending? Bret Hart.
Bret Hart is like Pepsi, and Ric Flair is like Coke. I love them both equally. I don't care who technically was better.
I thought that was going to rhyme. I'm very disappointed in that tweet. Yeah. All right. What else do we got? We just talked about that fucking huge package that they were bending us over with to send out to Ukraine.
Well, coming off of that, we have the Democrats' $1.75 trillion social spending and climate bill. Now,
climate.
what we need to keep in mind
Governments be fixing
is
climate
that
and shit.
originally it was a 3.85 billion. I'm trying to find what I believe it was 3.85 billion is what it originally was. Now we're not going to go through all of this because it's kind of boring.
It's wordy. There's no pictures.
There's no cat girls either.
I'm losing the cat girl reference, so I'm gonna plead ignorance on that one.
So this is like a climate thing. They want to do. We'll just go through these bullets.
You're too young to remember, but I remember back in the 80s at the ozone layer, we were, and then that was a big fearful thing and a huge topic of discussion. And then, what was it, Al Gore, global warming, these shores are going to, like wash up and like this shit, these motherfuckers are shoehorning bullshit in the name of, I don't know. The road to hell was paved with safety measures. And there it is. And financing their pockets. So
I'm not going to get into the whole global warming argument because it should be a scientific thing, but it's a politicized thing.
Well, because it's state-backed science, and they pick and choose what science fits their... Yeah.
But I'm a firm believer that we should, focus on cleaner renewable energy.
Nuclear energy would be clean.
Yeah, nuclear energy. We should focus on, recycling. We should do all these things just from the simple standpoint of, leave things cleaner than when you found them. Like, clean your own shit.
Right.
Just being a decent person. It's like we got a giant trash island in the ocean.
I'm waiting for this to come full circle. How they're like telling everybody to kill off their cattle, and like a lot of countries have revolted. Like, and we're not killing our livestock. Like, this is our livelihood. Like, this is what, and they've revolted and overthrown their governments. I think Sri Lanka was one of them. But like when this comes full circle, when they're killing off cows and cattle, where does Lizzo fall into all that? Fucking terrible.
I think by the time...
Save the Lizzos.
I think by that time, though, she'll have evolved from cow into just full-on whale. So, if you wanna chase her out and that'd be your big white whale, so to speak.
Wow. Yeah, I had to get a Lizzo jab in there. Like,
actually, speaking of steak, I have a steak video coming out tomorrow on Limit Breaker Fitness. Shameless plug again, but
I'm gonna tell you what.
I love
this guy
steak.
Keeps coming over here and doing streams with me talking about food. He ain't brought me a goddamn plate yet.
I'll tell you what. I'll teach you how to make whatever it is you don't know. Whatever it is that you. What kind of food do you like?
Like, I'll give you money. Just bring me the fucking food. I ain't interested in making shit.
Oh,
I'll just give you the money. Bring
me some food. But teach a man to fish.
I don't want to fish. Pay somebody else to fish.
I never really understood fishing. Like,
I liked ice fishing because it was like nonstop. You were getting, take you out on a boat. I was just like,
no, I refuse to walk. One of my irrational fears, and I say irrational because I understand the physics of.
Oh, it can happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fall through.
Yeah, but if it's like 4 or 5 feet of ice, then you're not gonna fall through. Like, I get that, but there's a little part of me that's like, no, because I hate the cold and I can't swim.
Right.
I am done. It starts cracking. Guess what? I'm gonna sprawl out as wide as possible, and I'm just gonna shimmy my way towards shore as fast as I can. Like, I see one little crack, I'm just like, nope.
Mm. No, when I ice fished, I was a young guy. I was a child, and that was the only type of fishing that I fucked with because I actually caught fish after fish. And then there's other times where you're just sitting out on a boat or on a pier and you just ain't getting shit for hours on end. And it's like, I could be doing something else.
That's what I was gonna say.
Like baseball, throwing a ball, kicking a ball, doing something, playing a video game, something. This sucks.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like I don't want to go and just sit under the sun for 4 or 5 hours. And like I've gone fishing with friends and like they're fishing and I'm wandering around just jumping in the stream or something like that, and they're just sitting there with their pole. And like if that's what you like to do, I'm not
scaring the fish away.
Yeah, I mean they never caught anything too big, so I have a friend, I'm not going to say names, but he loves to fish. He goes all the time.
Okay.
This dude went and bought a $45,000 truck that he could not afford. Well, yeah, he can afford it, but barely. And I asked him, dude, why did you buy a brand new truck? And he goes, I like to fish on Saturdays for a couple hours. Like, so why do you need the truck? He's like, to haul my canoe out. I'm like, you fish on a canoe or a kayak or something. It was whatever it was. Like, but you can fit it on top of your car. But you bought a $45,000 truck.
That's like
And,
that government fucking
like-
stimulus packages. You know what? We need this, and this here. We need to, fund this project over here because climate.
Yeah, but like it's just like it's such an expensive thing to just go out and sit around. It's
Yeah.
like well, I'm not going to spend tens of thousands of dollars to go sit around and fish. But going back to the
I mean, the truck will have other multiple uses for other shit.
But all of it was wants and not
Yeah.
needs. But the fishing was justified, and that's just kind of a microcosm of just what America's thought process when it comes to money is.
Yeah.
Is this really a need, or is it just a want?
Yeah.
And most people out there are struggling right now. But I'll tell you what, if you don't have a car payment that's, just as much as your mortgage, you probably won't be struggling.
Right.
Like, and it's just what the government does, and it's just kind of the American mindset of spend, consume.
Give some of the angle on why they're trying to push this here. Maybe we'll.
So, fighting climate change, childcare and universal pre-K, Medicare expansion, extended child tax credit, 4 weeks of paid family and medical leave, immigration, housing and healthcare provisions. So those are everything that is still in the bill. What they took out was 2 free years of community college. That should have stayed in, but guess what? All the private schools that are making bank off all this kids that are coming in there with federally backed loans, that constantly increasing tuition. I guarantee you they told them, hey, take that out of there. Kids need to come spend $50,000 a
those
year.
people will champion when it comes to election time again. They're going to champion that shit again.
Yep.
It's just that bait and switch.
Yeah.
Come on over. Come on. We're not. Yeah,
It's like,
we're good.
see, like this, I'd have no problem with spending it on, because this is more like an investment. More people learn that, hey, you can go to community college and get the credits without spending $50,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
If you can afford to spend $50,000 a year on college, do it.
Right.
I think college is a very good thing. Education is good. But don't go $100,000 in debt for a stupid degree that you can't use.
Right.
But anyway, we'll talk about that on a whole episode later. Cutting prescription drug prices. I feel like if you leave the Medicare thing in there, that's something that should be going with it. So those are the only things that it cut. How they plan to pay for it. The taxes. Under Mr. Biden's proposal, a 15% minimum tax will be imposed on corporate profits that large corporations report to shareholders, as well as a 1% surcharge on corporate stock buybacks. Those provisions would raise $450 billion in new revenue, according to the White House. That I'm actually not completely against, just because they're not trying to take it from the average person. But these corporations are gonna upcharge in order to cover that. So eventually,
It's still going to hit the people.
yeah.
Still
So like
hits
on the
people.
surface, like the tax
That's
itself.
what it is. Everything on the surface looks so fucking squeaky clean and nice and shiny. And then when you open that shit up, you reveal the real fucking agenda.
The framework also calls for a global minimum tax and new surtax on the wealthiest Americans' income, as well as bolstered IRS enforcement. The bill would impose a 5% tax rate above those with an income over $10 million, and another 3% surtax on income over $25 million. The White House estimates the new surtax would raise an additional $230 billion from the nation's highest earning taxpayers. Now, people that are making $25 million a year, their lifestyle will not change based on this extra 8% tax that they're going to be paying. But at that point, when you're in the highest tax bracket, now the government's going to have just on the federal level, it's going to have I believe a 46% tax rate just in federal taxes. And then you factor in your local and your state taxes. So you're talking about these people. Now, granted, they're making over $25 million a year. Mm-hmm. Their lifestyle's not going to change. But the principle of the government saying, hey, I want like 55% of what you're making, that's an issue.
Taxation has always been an issue.
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't. I think a lot of this is a lot of surface shit. Again, shiny on the top and like shit underneath. It's just talk, because the same people that they're talking about taxing are the ones that are in their pockets. And it's never going to fucking, like, it's never, there's going to be backdoor deals. There's still going to be those fucking people. They're still going to make that fucking money. And the people that are going to pay for it are the people that are just regular ass fucking people. Like, back in the day, way before you and me, there was it 3% tax on tea? And what happened with that in Boston? Oh, it was a little tea party action. Yeah, like 3%. You're paying 40 to 50% of your fucking hard-earned money to a bunch of fucking corrupt motherfuckers, so they can go fund proxy wars and.
Well, yeah, if you're making over $10 million in income, you're gonna have 40%, as I believe it's 37% is the effective tax rate on anything over. I want to say 250. There's one, and then there might be another at 500,000. Mm-hmm. But either way, like, you're talking a 37% federal tax that's already in place.
Right.
Now this is going to add another 5 to 8% on the highest earners. Now, a lot of people out there are going to say, burn the rich and, eat the rich, things like that. Like, we don't care about. But the issue isn't that. Like, it's taxing the rich is not going to solve the problem, because, like we said with the corporations, like, those rich people, they can upcharge on whatever products and things they have. Like, someone that's making $25 million a year isn't doing it working a 9 to 5.
It's just like hiking up the minimum wage.
Yeah, like, they're
gonna charge more for their product if they have to pay people.
Yeah.
To fucking provide the service.
Yeah. That's the problem. Is so many people want to complain about the minimum wage and whatnot, but they can't even understand their own basic personal finances before they try to figure out how to solve the country's finances. And it sounds great when you say, yeah, we'll charge people making 25 million plus a year, we'll charge them more in taxes, and then we'll use that tax money to pay for these things that's for the good of everybody. But it doesn't take into account the fact that those people got rich and have that sort of income because they're smart. They know how to, like,
they manipulate the system. Yeah, they know how to use the loopholes and deductions. Like, people want to complain about, oh, the rich don't pay taxes. No, the rich pay taxes. But here's the difference between... They actually pay more in taxes than I believe the collective, like, lower class and middle class. Yeah. But here's the thing. So, like, Warren Buffett, let's say he makes, we'll say $10 million to keep the math easy. While I make, let's say $100,000. Right. Okay. My $100,000, I made that from a 9 to 5 or from a 1099 or whatever. I end up paying about 25% overall. So my take home is going to be about $75,000. Warren Buffett made $10 million. You know how he did it? He did it because of his stocks appreciated, and when he sells that stock off, he's only paying 15%. Right. So he's paying
15% on that 10 million. So he's taking home 8.5 million out of it. Now, proportionally, 25% that I'm paying is way more than his 15, but it's a completely different source of income. He did it through. He's got capital gains tax that he's paying on that. I'm paying a regular income tax, and there's a huge confusion that comes when people go, "Well, the rich don't pay their fair share." Like, they pay what they're legally required to pay. It's
Nobody
just
should
that.
be paying anything.
Well, I'm just saying, like, for this argument.
Yeah.
It's like, I agree with you. Taxes are way too high across the board. But it's not, like, not all taxes are the same. And that's how they confuse people. And people want to argue with each other. But income source affects taxes. I have a 1099. That's self-employment, for those that don't know. And self-employment, there's this little tax called a self-employment tax that I pay every year. It varies a little bit from year to year. Usually it's around $500 or so dollars. And that's basically just, oh, you want to work for yourself? Pay us $500 to do that. And
Government want their money.
Yeah.
Or your money.
And it's not just about taxing the rich. It's about,
This whole bill is set up. It's aiming. It's just a third world tactic, dude. This is aiming like we're continually transitioning into a socialism. Is what it is. They're going to eliminate capitalism. That's what this bill is, to eliminate capitalism and full blown socialism. You are dependent of the state in every fucking aspect. Whether you need food, whether you need electricity, whether you need whatever it is, the state wants a hand in it. This is full blown, and then they're going to basically, you're going to get the crumbs while they sit up top.
Yep.
You're going to sit there and they're going to grind it, and it's that's what it is.
I'll just end it on one last note, and I really enjoy talking the financial stuff. Like, I love nerding out about money.
Nerd.
I can do both. I can nerd out about Dragon Ball, and I can nerd out about finance. But I'm just going to leave it with this: socialism is only a stone's throw away from communism. And if you can point out one instance in the history of humanity that socialism or communism has worked,
Right.
congratulations, you will be the first.
Socialism is it's envy is rooted in socialism, and like, I have friends that I love some Bernie Sanders, or they love these people, and Bernie Sanders is a goddamn fraud.
Oh yeah,
Jump Street. That's it.
Yeah, he was talking crap about millionaires.
He's
and
got all these
millionaire.
houses. Yeah, well, he's got all these houses. Whatever, that's fine. Whatever. But like, the fact that the DNC hosed you, and then you went back, and then back to people that fucking cheated you out of your thing, and then ran again as a moving pick. I would add, you ran again knowing you weren't going to get in, just to take votes away from the other side. Okay, and then got hosed again, and you still shill for the fucking for the whole fucking establishment that you've been shitting on.
And the whole time, he wrote a book, sold millions of copies,
Right.
made millions of dollars off of it.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, the socialism shit is I can't stand when people have that take. It's because if I go and work for something, I don't want you, it's none of your goddamn business how I fucking got it, and you have no fucking right to any of it. Now, if I voluntarily share it with you, that's one thing. But it's it's seriously like somebody else. That dude's got a hotter girlfriend than me, and I'm just a fat piece of shit. I don't want to put in the work to go get a hot girlfriend. I should have that too. And then your only means of fucking coming at them and taking them out is to pick them apart. Why they shouldn't have that girlfriend and you should, because you didn't do any of the goddamn work to go get the hot broad. Fuck out of here.
This is why you should not be getting participation trophies. I'm sorry, but if you lose your soccer game 10-1, you deserve to feel like shit because you played like shit.
Step your game up.
Step your game up. If you're gonna go out, kill something, bring it home to the family, like the cavemen did,
yeah,
those are the ones that survived. Like, that's... But...
And if you really want to impress me, all you people posting your pictures of the animals that you're off and taking home to eat, they're like, I don't know, you want to impress me? Jump out the tree stand and whoop their ass. Then take it home. Like, you shot it, like, okay, cool, you can shoot a gun, that's cool.
Well, like...
Out there and box it. eating your ass later.
Well, I don't really care if they shoot it with a gun or an arrow or whatever.
I just don't want to see it. In all honesty,
Like-
I'm just being honest with you. Like, I could do without the fucking gory fucking deers. And, like, just
see, like, I don't-
You
I
didn't
don't
conquer anything,
mind
dude. You
it.
pulled the trigger from you. There was no competition in this motherfucker.
See, like, I've slaughtered animals before, so like those things don't they don't bother
This
me.
is our last podcast together. No, if it's a means to eat, I get it. I was a vegetarian for 3 years. You've known that, right?
Yeah.
I said that to you. But I did go back to eating meat because my body just felt like it needed something. But like just the pictures of doing it, like you're celebrating it, like it's not an achievement. I look at it a different way. If
like,
you're doing it as
is
means
hard.
to eat, that's cool. But like, I don't want to see that shit, man.
Well, you can't really buy deer in the store. They're too hard. Like,
Right, but just show the taxiderm head on the wall. I'm cool with that.
You just don't want to see
I don't
the
need to
gore.
see the entrails and all that shit, man. I'm sitting there. I got little man over my shoulder looking over. And
Yeah, if they're I don't mind the ones where like they're sitting next to it and they got it like I don't mind
see
that.
that Franco Harris. That is the
Oh,
very
yeah.
first celebrity I met in my entire life was Franco Harris, and I'm not a Steelers guy by any means, but like
He was a legend.
Yeah, he was a legend, and rest in peace to that guy.
Well, I think we should just end it on that.
Yeah, man.
Rest in peace, Franco Harris. Well, guys, this has been Just the Tip. Another great episode today. A little bit of everything. That's all I got. Any last words?
If you can't kill a deer with your hands on the streets,
You'll
you should
never
just
get
probably-
a girl in the sheets.
Yeah, we'll do that. All right, guys.
Okay.
Peace out.
Later.